Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Those of you who are new, my name is Sarah Daly and I'm working on a 2003 Ford Transit van conversion. In part 6 today you're going to see how I worked on installing a fan and a skylight into the roof of my van. So just here quickly I'm showing you the clips of marking out the area using a template and having a wooden frame. Now with the fan I'd forgotten to make the frame before cutting out the hole. With the skylight I knew better. So my recommendation, my tip to everyone is have the wooden frames made and ready before you actually start the process. Then I went ahead and I used the angle grinder to cut out both the holes. I made sure to be safe, but it was still scary. Anyway, I had a few holes. There's the first hole that was with the fan, and then I went ahead and worked on basically sanding down the edges, painting it with oxide paint, then putting the frame together and having the fan installed from up top. Anyway guys, let's get into it. I'll leave all the links down below. Here's my fan. This part all around from here has to be able to sit into a hole that's going to be cut on the top of my roof. So essentially the width, the distance of that perimeter is here. That's what sits directly above that. So then, that sits into the hole, and the hole rests around the edge here. And then this part with all these lines will be the part that I have put bottle tape, as you call it in America. We just call it like, actually I don't know what we call it, along with sealant, and then screw in the nails. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to cut out a template. It's very windy here, my doors are noisy. I'm going to cut out a template using some leftover cardboard from my boxes. I have many. Put them to use, and yeah, that's what I'm going to get started with. There's a reason why I'm not filming everything about the fan. I'm doing it, yes, I've watched a lot online, and I'm following most of that. I've got a couple of things that I'm doing that are my personal touch of how I'm doing it. So for that reason I'm not filming everything because, well, I wouldn't exactly say follow it. I'll say follow it if I do it right. I'll say follow it. In fact, maybe I should film it and I'll only show you if I'm doing it right. That's what I should do. Okay, so I have actually made out my template. Right now I'm going to work on sizing up the inside, then I'm going to drill the holes, and then from the top I'm going to make the incision. Sounds like an operation. It is an operation. It's an operation on my baby. So as my brother said, once you've got a hole, then you've got a hole. Show you what we've got. It's a little stream of light coming through. Oh look, hello light, come into this fan and be the air that I breathe and the light by which I see. Yeah guys, so 3 holes. I'm gonna go on top of the van and see what's happening up there and get the template ready, stick it in place. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, and we may well have a fan in by this evening. Okay, I'm on the top of my roof. I'm not going to show you how I got onto the roof because that definitely wouldn't pass safety regulations and my mother would have a heart attack. But suffice to say, there was something there, and then there is something there that I was able to climb up from there up to there, from there up to there, up to here. Yeah, so I've come up on top of the roof. I'm going to flip you around so you can see what I see. So I've got the holes and I'm basically joining hole to hole to hole. Then I'm going to put the template down, then using the masking tape, which is like paper, I'm going to draw around the template so that there is the guide. The guide is there for, I'm using an angle grinder. So I got all the way around, so but I didn't get this part done because the battery ran out of the angle grinder. But it definitely went all the way through, as I can see, into the van. Hey everybody, I have a hole in my roof, y'all. Yes, it's happened. And I measured it in to see would it work, and there's definitely some additional space there, but I do believe that with everything like the sealant and everything, the fan will in fact fit. I'll have to make a wooden kind of base around it underneath. Okay guys, the fan is in. I used Butyl tape and sealant. Would I say this is the neatest work I've ever done in my life? Absolutely, absolutely, completely not. Is it sealed? Yeah. Do I feel secure with this sealing? Yeah. When it's nailed down, yeah. And anyway, it's gonna rain soon, so I'll find out pretty quick if it's any good. Okay, so I'm going to be making a wooden frame, and the reason why I'm making the wooden frame is that the wooden frame will sit between the fan that is sitting on the exterior, with the fan sitting inside the hole, and then this, which I've now forgotten the actual name of it. There's a name. If I remember, I'll write it up. So the wooden frame will go around the outside of the fan, so that when the nails come through the ceiling, they'll actually be going into the wood. And then I put this up from underneath. These nails will be going in. Well, no, they actually won't be going into the wood. Those nails attach to the hole here in the fan. But it will also have the support of the wood.
Oh, no,
straight, yeah. Jesus, Willie, you weren't lying when you said it'd be quick.
Oh, sure, no, that's the best way to do it, not is that way.
Okay, he's measuring to see. Yeah. No, drop the top one, Willie. Don't you need?
So?
Yeah, just cut it straight. You did the last one straight.
I get started that.
I wouldn't even say bother. Okay.
I've seen a saw one trying to jump on it to eat the hand off you.
Oh God, I'm glad you're wearing a pair of non-metal protection gloves. This is Teddy, our neighbour's dog. He comes to visit. Teddy, come back. Hello, darling. Hello, Teddy. I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, it's so good to see you. Little cutie. Cuddle. Yeah, he is. He's a sweetheart.
3 times a day, no, he's not.
There's my father with the saw. Thanks, Willie.
Okay.
He's not just a helpful matchmaker.
Good looking at
So I managed to make the frame, also known as an arbor, and I stuck it up to the ceiling using NoNail Glue or sticks all. I also used these studs or posts so that the wooden frame would stay in place through the night. So yeah, I'd just come back the next morning, and after heavy rain, the fan was definitely secure. There was no water or anything around. I was pretty happy with that. I then secured the corners of the frame using metal brackets. Okay people, this is my fan. I need to drill holes through here, through the metal, into the wood that should be sitting underneath it by my measurements, and then screw in the screws, and then I want to make everything nice. I'm going to put some protect and put sealant in and all of that business to tidy it up. Would I say that my sealant job was very tidy and neat and nice looking? No. Is it keeping it dry? Yeah. Okay, so just drilled in one hole. This is going to be my tester hole. And then now I'm going to screw in the screw. Okay, here's the nail. Holy mother of mothers. That's a long nail, lads. What am I going to do with that? I guess I'm going to have to, like, angle grind them off. Something like that. Figure that out when I come to it. Okay. Anyway, there's the nail. It's secure. That ain't going nowhere. That's good. Happy, 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 happy. So that's all extra sealant that had I screwed the nail in yesterday, then I would have used less sealant, and there would have been less of a gap, so I would have used less sealant. But you know, you live and you learn, and I have this practice to set me up for when I go to do the Skylight. Now I'm going to use the angle grinder to get rid of the extended nails that are sticking out around the wooden frame of the fan. So my battery will probably die, but I'll try and get some footage. And I need to put on my mask. The top fashion of the season here, guys, you know what I'm saying? Alright, keep going. Okay guys, let me show you. There are no more nails. Well, there's like tiny little stubby bits, but they're going to be covered. Guys, look at that! It's like a real deal thing. I need to get the screws and the thingy piece that does. All right, so definitely it is wonky in that corner. Now remember, I will have to put a whole roof here, so I've just kind of, I haven't like nailed it fully up, but also because I'm just going to be, at some point when I'm finishing the roof off, I'll be taking it down. Yeah, but just as to give the look of how it will be. I mean, you know, you can't see anything up there. Like obviously that will be straight when I'm done. It will be straight, the edging, but it looks so much neater now than what it was looking like before. And then once I do my wiring and I switch it on, I'll have an idea of how it works. In fact, I haven't done anything with it yet. I haven't like tried anything. There's a knobby knob thing here. Don't know what it's for. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions and stuff. But there's also, so you've got your buttons here. But you also have a remote control. And it gives light, puts light into the van. So this is gonna be my next project. Yo in the house, yo. That's my skylight. It's lovely. And so the size of the hole will be this. This is the size of the hole, the perimeter of this. So I'm gonna go help my brother bring in the cows. Hello again everyone. So I'm back again today working on my van conversion, and I've already fitted in the fan. It was a real learning experience. I did learn a lot from it, and now I'm going to be fitting in the skylight into the back of the van. Obviously, because I've just completed fitting in the fan, I have you know, I have a decent amount of knowledge now of what I'm supposed to do, what is going to from cutting of the hole, so creating the template, having the wooden frame ready before I've even started cutting the hole. And with the Skylight, it is actually different to the it is different to installing the fan. The way that it's built is different, so you don't have to have your wooden frame already stuck to the roof. Your wooden frame just slots in, and as you drill the holes from the inside of the van up into the exterior of the Skylight framing, then the wooden frame just stays and holds in place. What I'm going to do is, it's so hard to do this. It's too hard. Anyway, I'm cutting a hole there. Cutting a hole there in the back panel of the van. So, yeah, it's a single panel. It's already kind of dented down, but I'm going to put the Skylight there, and the wooden frame will keep it in place. You don't have to use, when it comes to like the silicone and all of that's part of it, you don't have to use quite as much or as much Butyl tape as you do or in your mastic. Oh, my hair looks terrible. You don't have to use quite as much you know, mastic strip tape, or in the US you call it Butyl tape. So yeah, it is different. It's actually easier. Yes. So last night I already made the wooden frame. I made the template, then I made the wooden frame, and today, actually, I'm gonna flip this around and show you guys. So with the fan, you basically this part here will be inside, will fit inside the hole, and this part here will sit on the outside of the hole. So this is the area where I'll be putting the silicone onto the edging. If I want, I can put a strip of adhesive plastic, like mastic strip, down through there, but really this is the area that is actually your silicone protection ridge. And then from underneath, inside the van cab, I'm going to be, or the back of the van, I'm going to be putting this up. Okay guys, so I'm back up on the top of my roof. That's the fan. I've left the plastic over it with the rocks, just holding that plastic down so that the sealant had extra time. As you can see, like we've had nights of rain now, 2 in a row. And just here I have decided where I'm placing the Skylight. It's going to be above our bed, which will allow for light going in during the day in case we want to read some books and things like that on the bed. And so there's my wooden frame. And what you want to do to be able to draw that line using your template, that's my template, so it sits inside the frame. I've used the frame to show me where it is going and the actual square structure, and now I'm just putting additional masking tape on the inside. There's my brother Henry. So I really fiddled around with the template. I just wanted it to be right, and as they say, measure twice, cut once. And as my brother Henry says, when you've got a hole, then you got a hole. So yeah, I kept thinking that I could make a small hole bigger, but I cannot make a big metal hole smaller. So yeah, I just kept going until I felt like it was the right, exactly the right shape. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So guys, whew, it fits. I had to do a few additional grinds with the angle grinder, but I got it to fit, and it fits really snug, which is great. Definitely didn't want it bigger. I wanted it to be snug. So yes, a bit extra work. And as I said before, if you want accuracy, you need to go with your jigsaw and using your metal saw to work with a finer accuracy. So okay, but I'm using what I have access to. So now I'm going to use my other brother's angle grinder. So I use Rory's to cut out the hole. Now I'm using Henry's to to soften back all the metal edges, and then I will paint all those exposed edges with green oxide paint. So okay guys, all the metal edges are safely grinded back. There's a word for it, but I don't know it. But anyway, the edges are nice and softened, and all the wispy bits are gone. I'm sure it's not called wispy bits, but that's my rendition of it. As you can see, I'm roasty toasty hot, and I'm going to put on the paint, and then I'm going to go home because this is a lot for me. My back is starting to hurt. But it feels good that I got the right size after much trying, and yeah, I feel like a sense of satisfaction and also relief. So both. Okay, I'm going to clean the area and then get the green oxide paint on. Hi guys, I'm back at the van, and so last night I let the green oxide paint set. It's very windy, so I teach, so I had a few days of teaching, and I just finished teaching, had a quick nap, some dinner, and then I've come back to put the skylight in and the flange in from underneath. I believe that's the correct word. I looked it up last night. Okay, so yeah, I need to get going on that. I'll get the ladder out and get all the bits set and ready. And yeah, I want to put the skylight in because, well, it's not only windy, it will rain. So yeah, let's get going. It's so beautiful in Ireland when it's sunny and warm and just a little bit windy. But yeah, it's so beautiful. Right, must not get distracted. Keep going, Sarah. I'm gonna have a look to see did much rain come in last night, and see how it's going. Okay guys, so as I said before, I put the sealant around, and I kind of showed you in a video where that was around the ledge. Now the next step is with my wooden frame in place, and I also got these brackets, but I didn't get any nails. Now I looked through everything to try and find them. So yeah, so I haven't done this before, so I don't have a way of saying, yeah, this is 100% how it goes. But what I do have, I have the ability to test it out, and then I'll be able to share it with you guys. So guys, the company that I bought the Skylight from didn't actually include the nails with the package. So I went to my local hardware store and I screwed in the screws through the bracket, and it kind of pushed, the bracket pushed the wooden frame up with the Skylight and held it all in place. Worked really well. Okay guys, I'm back up top. Okay, so now I'm going to be sealing underneath along here. Just don't look at any of the other sides. Just look at that side, lads. No, don't look at the other sides. No. Look at this one, though. Just look at this one. Well, everyone, that's it for part 6. And if you've watched to the very end, fair play to you, because that was a very technical video. I have to say that the fan and the Skylight are still completely dry. So whatever I did, it actually has worked. Tune in for next week when I start working on the floors and the subflooring. Remember to subscribe and hit the old like button. It doesn't cost anything, but it helps me out no end. Thanks guys. See you next time. Bye for now.